everybody, this is the Bat Hound, sipping out the best ASA softball bats there are. The 2019 softball season is just around the corner. Up here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we are just over 1 month away. It is early March, and so today I'm going to map out, as far as I can tell, the 2019 bats that have been announced for ASA. Now, as you watch, feel free to make any comments of any corrections according to what I have. I'm not affiliated with any bat company, so I'm just doing the best I can. Also, if you notice any additions, any bats that aren't represented here on the board, or as the months go ahead, I'm sure more bats might be introduced. Or I'd love to hear what you're most excited about and anticipating in terms of bats. So we're going to go alphabetical according to company. We're going to start from the back. We're going to start with Worth. Just so you're aware, if you didn't know, in terms of how Worth categorizes their bats, there's balanced swing weights. Then we also have the XL, which is a ½ ounce end load. And then we have a XXL, which is a 1 ounce end load that sometimes they have, like 2017. So for Worth, we have 3 different EST bats. There's the EST Balanced, which is a 13.5 ounce or 13.5 inch barrel that's balanced. Then you have the EST XL Reload, which is also 13.5 inches for the barrel and a ½ ounce end load. And then you have the EST XL, which is the 12.5 inch barrel, so the short barrel, also with a ½ ounce end load. And then one more Worth bat, which is the Wicked Harvey XL. So again, it has a ½ ounce end load and it's 13.5 inch barrel. And it looks like this. So looking forward to getting a review done on that one. So that is for Worth. We'll move on to Miken. Miken categorizes their bats with the Balanced again. Then they have the Max Load, which is a ½ ounce end load, and they have the Super Max, which is a 1 ounce end load. So let's see what Miken has for us. Miken has the Miken Freak KP23, which is a max load. That's a 12 inch barrel, excuse me, with a ½ ounce end load. And it looks like this. Not exactly sure what's different from the last year. I've heard different things, perhaps a different mix in the shell, perhaps a little bit heavier on the end load. I'm not quite sure. I couldn't find on the specs of that. We also have the Miken DC41 Super Max, which is a 14 inch barrel with a 1 ounce end load. I was able to get a review done with that one, but already had to let that bat go. Wasn't fully sure what was different of last year either for that. Miken also has a new line, which is the Miken Freak Primo. That comes in 3 different weights. So you have the Primo Balanced, which is a 14 inch balanced. Then you have the Max Load, which is also 14 inches, but a ½ ounce end load. And then you have the Short Barrel 12 inch, which with a full 1 ounce end load. This is real pronounced end load, and you can notice in the paint, I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of got a chameleon look to it. The letters on the word Freak change colors as you move it. But Short Barrel 1 ounce end load, that's the Miken for this year. Next, going on to Monsta. Just so you're aware in terms of how to order Monstas, different handle flexes. You have the 1500, which is SF, that's a super flex. You have the 2500, which is a flex, 3500, which is the stiff, and then the 4500, which is the super stiff. Now, since 2018, on the handle of the bat, they will have a serial number that the last letter or 2 letters will be the SF, FS, and SS, and that corresponds to the flex. So pay attention to that. Now Monsta, what I appreciate about what they've done this year, perhaps in other years too, is they announced what is a repaint and what is new. So here we have for Monsta, we have the Sinister. This is a 1-piece bat. It only comes in 25 ounces. It's the same thing as the last year's Sinister, which is also the same thing as the Boogeyman low compression bat. Again, that only comes in the 25 ounces. Next for Monsta, we have the Zombie, which is also a 1-piece bat. That comes in 26 and 27 ounces. That is the 2018 Adversity, which also came in the 26 and the 27 ounce. Now all Monstas are mid-load bats. Next we have the Torch. There's two color schemes for the Torch. There's the orange, white and orange torch and the white and blue torch. I think they're kind of going by fire and ice. If you order a torch that is the 25-ounce torch, that is going to be the same bat as the 2017 and 2018 torch. Okay, but when you order the torch, there are 3 weight options. You can also get the 26 and the 27-ounce torch this year, but that is actually the 2018 Fallout. So pay attention to that. If you want last year's Fallout, you're going to go with the 26 or 27-ounce torch. If you want last year's torch, you're going to go with the 25-ounce torch. All right, we also have the DNA Juiced, I think it's going to be called. I just saw this recently being posted about it. I don't know if it's the DNA mutated or the OG DNA or some other form of the DNA, but it is with an end load. So looking forward to seeing that. I think I heard something about July that is hoping to be released. That's the DNA Juiced. Also, should be here soon. I have this one coming, the Daisy Cutter. The Daisy Cutter comes in 26, 27, and 28 ounce. And that is the 2016 torch. Also the West, or WC, I think the West Coast Militia. So that is the Daisy Cutter, and that should be here within a couple weeks, I think. Then also a new bat that they have is known as the Hype. Now that also has not been released. Last I heard, hopefully July, that will be here. So that is the new one for Monsta in 2019. All right, now we're going to Easton. Just found out yesterday, I found it. Apparently they're bringing back the Ghost Double Barrel. That is a 13.5-inch barrel, balanced. I'm not sure if last year they also had the Helmer Blue line, which was the short barrel with the 1/2-ounce end load. I'm not sure if they're bringing that back or not, but that, haven't seen one, I just know that's coming out. All right, let's go on to DeMarini. They have the DeMarini Mercy, which is a 13-inch barrel, the balanced swing weight. Also have the Flipper OG, which is a 13-inch barrel that is balanced. Also have the Flipper USA, which is the short barrel, the 12-inch barrel with an end load. I couldn't find the specs for how much end load, but it's 12 inches with an end load. Also have the Juggy OVL, once again, which is also 12 inches with an end load. I couldn't find the exact specs for that. All right, let's move on to Boomba. Couldn't find anything for Boomba. I'm not aware that they're bringing anything out new for this year. The Axe has the Axe Avenge once again. I had heard last year that they were supposed to be coming out with a ASA only bat for Axe, but apparently they're not doing that now. But that's what they have this year, is the Axe Avenge. I'm not sure what's different from last year's, and I'm pretty sure that was more of a balanced swing weight. All right, lastly we have Anarchy. The Geno Buck, which is a 1-piece bat with a 1/2-ounce end load. Then we have the Fire Stick, and both of these are already released. The Fire Stick is 13 inches with a 1/2-ounce end load. Then we have the Ambassador. That was more of a special edition, only 120 made, or at least that were numbered. That's a 13-inch barrel with a 1-ounce end load. Then we have the Viper, which is not, hello, that has not arrived. Guess it wants to announce itself or something. So that's the Viper. It should be here in a couple weeks, I guess. 13 inches with a 1-ounce end load. Not sure what's different between the Viper and the Ambassador. And then there has been talk about them coming out with a LC only bat, low compression only bat. So we'll see if that happens. Last I heard, it's still supposed to happen this year, but I'm not sure. But that's what we have for 2019. Excited for the season. Excited to try out as many bats as I can. I forgot to actually show too that here's the Anarchy Ambassador. So nice swinging bat, and we'll see if any of these bats can take out the Monsta OG DNA, my gamer. Looking forward to it. Again, feel free to leave a comment. Love to hear your thoughts, your questions, your comments. This is the Bat Hound, everyone, signing off. Be sure to subscribe to the channel here. Check out some other videos here and here. Thanks, everybody.